Nothing like that coffee in the morning. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is episode 123, and today we're going to continue with our series on doing the charts. All right. So today we're going to be taking a look at just three more things on the basics of Tradingview, things that I feel that you should know, and it's going to be a short video. All right, so one of the things that we're going to look at our annotation tools. These are tools that we would use to make notes on the charts as well as identify certain areas. Then we're also going to take a look at an average tool that's very popular. It's used by a lot of high-level traders just for confirmation. All right. And then the third thing we're going to look at is using screens, all right, or windows inside of TradingView. So let's get to it. All right, so first thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at here is our annotation tool. And as you can see right here, we have the annotation tool here, right, which automatically defaults to text. So if we go ahead and we click on this, right, it gives us a list of different tools. So you have text, you have anchor text, note, call out, comment. I'll be very honest with you. The one I use is just regular text, So you could go ahead and just click text. And let's say you want to make a note here. You just double click here. Click. And then go ahead and click here. And then you would just type, this area is support, right? Click outside it, and then you could click on the text or you could drag. All right. So obviously, like I said, this is a down point in the trend. So we're going to call this support. So we could go ahead now and if we click on our horizontal tool, right, and we go all the way down here to the edge, we could just go ahead and select that, and it's going to draw our line for us. All right. We already know that this is going to be a resistance line because of my color theme. It's purple. So we want to go ahead and change this to a support line, which is going to make this green. All right. We could now go ahead and clone this line. So we click here, we hit clone, and then we would move this up to the next perceived point of resistance, the next highest point. All right, there's another little shelf here, but this is the next highest point. So now we're going to go ahead and click here again, and we're going to change this to resistance and make it purple. If that looks like foreign language to you, what I just did, you need to go back and watch part 1 of this series. This is part 4. All right. And I believe part 1 was started on, I believe it's episode 119, but you could go back and take a look. All right, so that's essentially why I would use this tool. I would use this tool to make notations on certain areas. Let me get some more coffee. Hold up. All right, so that's essentially why I would use the text tool just to make annotations. And there's a bunch of different types here. If you go ahead and click that little arrow, you have anchor text. Here you can make a note, right? So you could just type in, same thing. It's just text. There's another one here, right? This is a call out. What does this one look like? Okay. So I could see the importance of this. It pinpoints a really sharp area. So let's just say looking for break. All right. So we're looking for it to break out here. And then we could go ahead and you could drag this. So it's kind of like stretchy. So looking for a break. Let's say we're looking for it to break above this line at this point. So it's just, I guess it's just different types of annotation. I am not really into all of this fancy stuff. I'm sure for YouTube it'll help look good too. But the basic text tool here will pretty much do the job. You can also insert an image. All right. So if you click this and then you just go ahead and click choose image, right? And you could just load up whatever image you want to load up. So you click the image. Let's just go back up here. So you could click the image, boom. So we click this, we click OK. And I'm just loading a logo here, which is just NVIDIA's logo, right? But you could drag the logo around, you know. Again, you could use this if there's some type of image that you need to reference. Or for my case, sometimes I'll just throw the logo in just to make it, look appealing. I've actually never seen this before. I've seen it, but I've never actually used it before. I actually like this. I like the accuracy. I like the fact that it's pointing, and it looks pretty decent. So I might actually start using this as well. Oh, there's something here called price note. All right, and here you go. Kind of pretty much the same thing. You could just click it here, and it'll point out exactly what the price is at that point. So that is also very useful. All right, and then I'm assuming you can also drag this around just like the other one. And as you guys can see, if you drag it to the different areas, the price is going to change. All right, so you can see exactly what it was down here. You could drag it all the way down here. So this is a good way for you to say identify levels, right? You can identify a level, right? And then, so we know right now, we're in SPY, just so you guys know. So if I drag this over here, right now, this is on my resistance line, but this kind of just pinpoints, hey, you know what? Resistance is going to be around 550 for SPY. All right. I think it's going to smash above that, but that's where resistance is now. And resistance is just the highest point that it reached. At this point, it hasn't tested the area and come back down. So we don't know if this is resistance for sure, but that's the highest point of SPY right now. All right. So this one's also pretty useful. And then we have price label, we have signpost. So you guys could go in here and play around with this. Very, very, very useful stuff. Let's go ahead now and just remove everything here. So remove drawings. All right. And the next thing I wanted to show you guys is this tool here, which is called Anchored VWAP. All right. So now there's indicators that you could put in, just put in VWAP indicators, but a lot of people use VWAP, and it's running, it's something that just runs alongside your candles. But VWAP is the volume weighted average price. So for me, this is like my preferred average. I know some people will say, oh, I love the XYZ day moving average and this average. I really just use VWAP primarily, and so do a lot of top traders. All right, anchored VWAP kind of just gives you an idea of what's going on. So it's an average, and the whole point of VWAP is just to say, hey, if the candles are above that blue line, then it's bullish. So it's kind of just confirmation. It's not concrete, but it's kind of just like secondary or tertiary confirmation. And if the candles are below the blue line, then it's bearish. All right, so if we go ahead and we click here, right, we can see right now the blue line. So the candles are above that, which would indicate at that point that it is bullish. You could also edit this, guys, and remove these green lines, but it's above the blue line here, which would indicate that it is also bullish. Let's go ahead and delete that and remove it again. I'm just trying to see if I could get like a kind of like a bearish perspective on this, just to see. Boom, here we go. So we click on this end here, and as you could see, when the David banner candle started forming, it indicates that it is uh, bearish, right? Because it's falling below this blue average line. So that's just a tool that you could use. You can also go to indicators and just search VWAP. And like I said, as far as indicators are concerned, guys, I really don't like pushing them because people become like so reliant on indicators, and you want to be really reliant on your fundamentals and then use your indicators as like, I don't know, secondary or tertiary confirmation. So let's move into the final thing that I wanted to show you guys today. I'm just trying to limit this to like 3 things. And this is this little window here at the top. So you go ahead and click this, and you have the ability now to showcase 2 windows in TradingView. So let's click on this one. And as you guys can see here, I have this window selected. On this window, I have SPY, right? Now, the reason for having 2 windows, back in the day when I used to trade, I still do on the street. Like if I'm on the road, I'm going around and I'm trading. I actually have 4 phones. People see me and be like, "What? Why do you have 4 phones?" What I do, I used to use me and my friends. We used to use different phones for like different screens. All right, we've since evolved, to obviously computers, and with TradingView, you have access to a lot more tools. You could do a lot more things, bigger screen, you can see more. All right. But one of the things that you want to pay attention to is the fact that you will eventually need multiple screens. Now, if I'm trading, I'm usually just trading one thing at a time. So I'm dealing with one particular asset at a time. For me, I'll usually probably only need like 2 screens. So for example, if I'm trading on SPY, right, say this is the daily. Let's go ahead and move this to the preferred time frame for scalpers, 1 or the 5 minute. All right, so let's move this to the 1 or the 5 minute. We're going to go over here now and scroll up, right? So we can make the candles a little bit bigger, grab the screen up, right? So this is the 1 minute. And I have VWAP enabled, as you guys could see. So right now the price is above VWAP. All right, indicating, just confirming that it's bullish. We could see it's bullish here. It's a bunch of green candles. It's trending upwards. We could pinch zoom. All right, and if we pinch zoom, we could see we have an ascending trend line of sorts. Right, we have a touch here, then we have another one here, and then it's going up. So it's kind of like ascending. All right, so that's the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, it might look, very bullish. But then what I would also like to watch, I'll probably go ahead now and select this screen, this little section. So notice it turns blue now. You have this blue border. All right. And then I'd go back up here because this is on the daily, and I would put this one on the 15 minute. All right. So we'll put the 15 minute. I'm pinch zooming on my screen right now. So I'll just bring that in, bring the candles up, right? And I would see that on the 15 minute, it's still bullish. All right. It's still bullish, still above VWAP. And that's primarily how you would use this. You would use this. And here's why I'll say this. If you're trying to like trade this, right? Let's say you have options on this and you're watching a 1 minute and it's going up, and then boom, you might see, 1 or 2 David Banner candles form here. You might panic. But remember, this represents 1 minute. But when you look at this over the 15-minute period, you don't have any David Banner candles, right? It's still going up. So that just means you need to just relax on watching this screen. Let the pullback happen, because chances are it's going to pull back for a little bit and then keep going upwards. All right, so that's the power of watching 2 different time frames. So as you guys can see on this one, I have it selected, right? That's why it has the blue border around it. I'm on the 15 minute. If I go ahead and I select this frame up here, I'm on the 1 minute frame. All right, and you could do the same thing for like related assets. So for example, SPY, right? SPY, this ETF, a good portion of SPY, right? It's made up of different companies, is in Apple. So you could also watch Apple while you're watching SPY. See, so maybe this is down here, but then when you throw Apple up on the screen, and let's do that right now. So AAPL, all right. Now we have Apple on this screen, and we have Apple on the 15 minute. All right. So let's go ahead and also put SPY on the 15 minute. All right, so we got SPY on the 15 minute. We got Apple on the 15 minute. All right, so look at this now. This, the market is not live now, obviously, but it looks bullish here, right? But over here, we see a David Banner candle forming. That doesn't necessarily mean that, SPY is going to go down, but it is a great chance that it might start to pull back because, like I said, a good portion of SPY comes from Apple. So you just need to pay attention to things like that. But this is why you would use multiple screens. Now, obviously, if you go back up here to this icon, you can click it. You have several different ones. I'm on a laptop, so you don't want to go too crazy and start putting 3, 4 different. I'm cool with watching 2 screens. You could play around with your setup and figure out exactly what works for you. All right. But that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing. I make new videos like this every day, dropping gems that you could use along your investing journey. Please go ahead and like this video. More importantly, share this video with a family member or friend. Thanks again for watching the video. I do appreciate it. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.